Hey everyone, what's up? It's Matthew, and today I decided to do an updated 3DS game collection. The last one I did was in 2014, and it is now 2017, and as you can see, I acquired many more games. I'm going to start out with the 3DSs themselves first, which are over here. So let me grab this one. So my first 3DS is the most recent one that I have got. It is a Japanese new 3DS, not the XL, but the new. I put on a Pokemon faceplate, as you can see. This is the one with colored buttons and everything. I picked this up because I wanted to import a couple games that never made it to America. A couple of 3DS games, which I'll show later on, a couple ones I have. So yeah, this is my most recent. This is the new 3DS from Japan. My next 3DS is the original 3DS, which is the one that I got in 2011 when the 3DS first launched. So I've had this one for a very long time. You can probably see, look at that, all those fingerprints on it. There are probably scratches somewhere on this thing. This is the original. Then, when the XL was announced, I pre-ordered that and grabbed one of these, and I've used this for a very decent amount of time, probably a year. So this is my red XL. Just, you know, you can see dust on it. Haven't used this one in a while. So after they started doing colors for the XL, I picked up a Pikachu one, which if you can check in the corner, there's a tiny little dent because I dropped it when playing it. So I've had this Pikachu one since release day, whenever this one came out. This one's white on the inside, which is one of my favorite colors for 3DS, so I'm kind of sad they never, did another white one for the new Nintendo 3DSs, or, the new ones, whatever they're called. This one, yeah, it's all white, yellow. This one I really like. It's probably my favorite 3DS I own, and I really wish they'd make it for the newer models. Then, a couple months before the newest 3DS came out, I decided to pick up a Smash Bros. 3DS. I don't remember why I decided to do this. I actually do. The reason I did is because they had the NES 3DS, one that was shaped like an NES controller. I picked that up, and then I sold it, or I returned it because I didn't really like the design of it. And when I returned it, I had money left over, so I figured I'd pick this up because I liked it for a collectible item. So I've had the Smash 3DS since then, which is black on the inside like most of them. And there was a red one and a blue one, and I went for the blue one. So there's my Smash 3DS. Then, my most recent 3DS is the new Nintendo 3DS XL. It's just the red one, circle pad. This is my main one. Whenever I play on this. This one I've had since release day in 2015, and it is the one that I am currently using until they probably announce a new model with colors or whatever. I am kind of interested in getting the Metroid one that's coming out this September. So there's that. I use this one, and I have a couple games pre-installed onto this that I will be showing after I show these games, so I'm going to put this off to the side so we remember. And now we're going to get into the games. They're all in alphabetical order, as you can see. So we're going to start with the A's and go all the way over there to the Japanese 3DS games. But first, let me show you the games that do not have cases, so I can get that out of the way. So this is one of them that I got, Pilot Wings Resort. This one never came with a case, because I bought it pre-owned. Then we got Phineas and Ferb, Quest for Cool Stuff, another game I got pre-owned, so it does not have a case. And then we have Shinobi, which again, pre-owned, so it doesn't have a case. So these are just my games that don't really have cases. So yeah. So I'm going to move the camera over here, I'm going to grab this first stack, and we're going to read off the A's and down to the C's, then we're going to head into the D's, and so on and so forth. So let me grab this. So the first game in my collection is my favorite 3DS game of all time, and my favorite video game of all time, Animal Crossing New Leaf. I have spent countless hours playing this game with friends, whatnot. It's definitely my favorite game on the 3DS, and my favorite game of all time, so there's that. Then I have a Nintendo Select version of Animal Crossing New Leaf. This is the Welcome Amiibo one. The reason I bought this is because I wanted to start a whole new town, and I did not want to get rid of the town I started all the way back in 2013 with this. So I picked this up on sale for 15 bucks, and I've had it ever since. Then we have Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer, another fun game. And now we have Adventure Time. Hey Ice King, why'd you steal my garbage? Or our garbage. I'm going to read these off relatively fast. In my last collection video, I kind of went into detail with all of them, and the video ended up being like 17 minutes long. So I'm going to read these off, just not really talk much about them. So here we go. Back to the A's. Adventure Time. Then we have Adventure Time Explore the Dungeon, because I don't know. And Adventure Time Secret of the Nameless Kingdom, which this one I have never played. The reason I bought it is because my brother was buying a game, and like if you bought two, you got like 150 off, so I bought it just so he can get the 50 off, so I figured I'd have all the Adventure Time games. So this one I never played, so I have to check this out. And these two I have played. This one's the better version, and this one's kind of a, I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of this one. This one I do have the BMO Collector's, oh no, it was this one. This one I have the BMO Collector's Edition. I have the little BMO case, which is currently I think in storage. Then we have Angry Birds Star Wars. This is another sealed one that I never played. I don't remember when I got this, but I got it just for collecting purposes. Pretty sure it was cheap at one point. Now into the B's, we got Bravely Default. This was a pretty fun game. In my last video I mentioned how I didn't really like it that much, but I kind of played it since then and I enjoy it. Then we have Brain Age Concentration Training, which I like the Brain Age games, but I haven't played this one in forever, to be honest. I don't remember the last time I played this, but from what I remember playing, it was a pretty fun game. Then we have Big Hero 6 Battle in the Bay. Just another movie tie-in game. Then we have Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate, which I don't remember playing much of, but from what I do remember, I'm pretty sure it was a fun game. I am more of a fan of the Marvel ones, like the Spider-Man games on 3DS, but I am pretty sure that this was a pretty decent game. Then we have Chibi Robo Ziplash, pretty decent Chibi Robo title. Codename Steam, another pretty decent game. Cooking Mama 4 Kitchen Magic. I am a fan of the Cooking Mama games, and I remember getting this one for like pretty cheap, so I am pretty happy I picked this up. Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion, which I've had for years now, probably one of the first 3DS games I ever bought. Then we have Castlevania Mirror of Fate, which I haven't played much of, but I remember from what I did play, it was a pretty fun game. Maybe I'll go back and play it soon. Then we have Cave Story 3D, which from my understanding, this is pretty hard to get nowadays, so I am glad I picked this up back when it was cheap. This is a fun game. I do like Cave Story. I never finished it, to be honest, but I do need to go around finishing this one. This is pretty fun. Then we have my final game for the C's, Crush 3D, which is one of the first 3DS games I bought, along with Punch Time Explosion. Haven't played this one since probably 2012, so I can't really say much about it. Moving on, we're now at the D's. We got Disney's Epic Mickey Power of Illusion. I remember this one being alright, but I never finished it. Dream Trigger 3D, which to be honest I never really figured out how to play. Disney's Magical World, which to be honest, there is a pretty bad frame rate issue in this game, but it's kind of hard to like play with that issue. But from what I did play, this was a fun game. Dead or Alive Dimensions, another game I bought pre-owned, and actually, you could probably tell this case I printed out, and I did a really bad job. You can see kind of, look at that, doesn't really, I cut it wrong. But yeah, I got this pre-owned, so I had to print out my own case for it. So as you can see, it's just like normal paper. So there we go, there's that. Ever Oasis, one of my most recent 3DS pickups. It is still sealed because I have not played it yet. Fire Emblem Awakening, which I never finished this game to be honest, but from what I played I really enjoyed it, so I do need to get around to finishing it one day. Finding Nemo, another one of the movie tie-in games that I got for cheap. I think it's, yeah, this thing's still sealed. I never played this. But yeah, there's that. Gravity Falls, I am a big fan of the Gravity Falls show, so when I knew they were making a 3DS game, I picked it up on release day. So from what I played, this game is actually really fun, to be honest. It's one of the games that's like a movie or TV show tie-in that's actually not that bad. Then we have this great game. We got Garfield Kart, which I got for $15, but I'm pretty sure I got it for cheaper. I got this for $5, yes. We had a Power Up Rewards gift card, and I used it, and I took 10 off, and I got Garfield Kart brand new for $5. This game is probably one of the worst ones I own, but it's funny, so I have it. Then we have Hometown Story, Harvest Moon 3D, A New Beginning, Harvest Moon 3D, The Tale of Two Towns, and the most recent, I'm pretty sure, actually I don't know if it's the most recent, but Harvest Moon 3D, The Lost Valley. Then we have Ice Age, Continental Drift, Arctic Games. I got this back in, I think, 2014. I remember I beat it in, like, less than 20 minutes. It's a really short game. It's more of a mini-game game. Then we have Kingdom Hearts 3D, Dream Drop Distance. Kid Icarus Uprising, one of my favorite 3DS games out there. I highly recommend you guys check this game out, and maybe if we show that we want a new Kid Icarus, we'll get one for the Switch, which would be really, really cool. Then we have Kung Fu Panda, another movie tie-in game. And Kirby Triple Deluxe, and this is the only Kirby game I have for 3DS. I do really want to get Planet Robobot, but I have not got around to getting it yet, so eventually I'll pick that one up. Then we have Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, which in my opinion is one of the best 3DS games out there, and in my opinion, again, is better than the original, and I know a lot of people don't agree with that, but for some reason I really, really like this one over the original, so I highly recommend you guys check this one out. We have the Lego Movie video game. We have Lego City Undercover, The Chase Begins. Lego Jurassic World. Lego Marvel Superheroes, and those are all the Lego games I own. I am a big fan of the Lego games. Then we have Mario Kart 7, another really great 3DS game. Mario and Sonic at the London 2012 Olympic Games. Mario Tennis Open. Mario Sports Superstars. Mario Party Island Tour. Mario Party Star Rush, which this is my one 3DS game that has a red trim instead of white. Mario and Luigi Dream Team. Metroid Prime Federation Force, which I got for, it says 21, but again, I used a Power Up Rewards, and I got this for $10. So for $10, I feel like this is definitely worth it. I enjoy the game. Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, Miitopia, another one of my most recent pickups, Nintendogs, which has an M, because my brother and I both have the game, and we used to like kind of show which one was which so we didn't confuse our games, and New Super Mario Bros. 2. Then I have Naruto, I don't know how to pronounce that, Shippuden, Powerful Shippuden, I don't know. This is actually, fun fact, the one that has the very bad typo on it, if it'll focus, Naruto. I got this before they reprinted it, so I don't know if this is worth anything, but there's the typo version. Then we have One Piece. Don't remember if I ever played this one, to be honest. I'm not a fan of like One Piece, but the game looked really fun, so I remember picking it up. Don't remember if I played it though. Then we have Pokemon Art Academy, Pokemon Rumble Blast, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity, Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon, Pokemon Omega Ruby, Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, Pokemon X, Pokemon Y, and Pokemon Sun. And I still have to pick up Pokemon Moon, so that's like at the top of my list of games I need to pick up. I'll be picking that up probably shortly. If I do an updated one of these next year, Pokemon Moon will most likely be in it. But yeah, those are all the Pokemon games. Then we have Puzzles & Dragons Z and Puzzles & Dragons Mario Edition. Paper Mario Sticker Star, not my favorite game. Definitely one of the worst Paper Marios. Professor Layton vs. Phonics Wright. Professor Layton and the Azeron Legacy. Pac-Man Party 3D. Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures. And Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures 2. Then we have Project X Zone, or Project Cross Zone, however people pronounce this. I personally pronounce it Project X Zone. We got Pac-Man and Galaga Dimensions. Pet Zombies, another really weird game I got for sale for like maybe $5. Penguins of Madagascar. Rabbids Travel Through Time 3D. Rayman Origins. Rayman 3D. Resident Evil Revelations. Rune Factory 4. Regular Show, Mordecai and Rigby in 8-Bit Land. Super Mario 3D Land, which is another one of my favorite 3DS games. This one looks really good with 3D turned on, actually. I recommend you check it out with 3D on. Sonic Generations, which is not as good as like the PS3 or Xbox versions, but this one has exclusive stages to 3DS, so I do recommend checking it out if you're a Sonic fan, and I personally do like this game. Sonic Lost World, my opinion, one of the worst Sonic games in the past few years. I hate Lost World. Sonic Boom Shattered Crystal, another not really good one. Sonic Boom Fire and Ice, this one is not as bad as Shattered Crystal. I did actually enjoy my time playing it. Spirit Camera. Shin Megami Tensei Soul Hackers, or this is Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner Soul Hackers. And Shin Megami Tensei 4, which to be honest I only picked up because there was a free eShop card if you bought it, so that's the only reason I have this. We're now nearing the end of my collection. We have Scooby-Doo and Looney Tunes Cartoon Universe Adventure. This is one of the weirdest 3DS games I own. I did finish this game, and I do remember having fun playing it, but it's not really a good game. It is fun though, but technically speaking it's not good. It's certainly very weird, so that's probably why I picked it up. Then, the one that everyone in the comments of the last video was telling me why don't I have it. The reason is because it wasn't out in 2014 when I filmed it. I did get this one on release day and I've had it since, so everyone in the comments of my last video, I do have Smash. It just wasn't out when I filmed the last video. So yeah, Smash Bros. 3DS, another essential for the 3DS. Star Fox 64 3D. Super Street Fighter, what is this? This is Super Street Fighter 4, I think? I don't know. I haven't played this one in years. Snoopy's Grand Adventure, another movie game. Scribblenauts Unlimited. Super Monkey Ball 3D. Steel Diver, I got this one for free. Skylanders Spyro's Adventure. Spider-Man Edge of Time. The Amazing Spider-Man and The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and as I mentioned before, these are the ones I like more than like the Batman ones, the DC ones. These are actually pretty fun on 3DS. The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask 3D. Theater Rhythm Final Fantasy. This one was a lot of fun when I played it back in the day. I haven't played it in a couple years, but I do remember it being a lot of fun. Then there's Theater Rhythm Final Fantasy Curtain Call, which again was a lot of fun. Then we have Tetris Axis. The Adventures of Tintin the Game, another weird movie tie-in. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The Legend of Korra, A New Era Begins. Ultimate NES Remix. Virtue's Last Reward. Wreck-It Ralph. Xenoblade Chronicles 3D, another really good one. And by the way, one of the only exclusive new 3DS games. Yoshi's New Island, not a huge fan of this one. It's okay, but it's not great. The music is really bad. Yokai Watch, and those are all my American games. And then I have one Japanese game, which I'm not even going to try to pronounce. But it is a rhythm game, and I really don't know how to pronounce it in English, so it's this game right here. Moving on, the games I have downloaded onto my 3DS, Disney Art Academy, Professor Layton and the Miracle Mask, Art Academy, Etrian Odyssey, Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D, Fantasy Life, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D, Scribblenauts Unmasked, Mario Golf World Tour, Tomodachi Life, and Bit Trip Saga. And those are all the retail games I have downloaded. I then also have a bunch of Game Boy games, which I'll just quickly skim through here. See all those Game Boy games. I have SNES. Oh, I don't have any SNES games. Don't even know why I have a folder. I have a couple NES games, you can see. These are just games in general. 3DS games, DS games I have downloaded. Take a quick little peek at that. Then we have demos, which don't really matter, but these are just games I have demos of. And then these are just the applications I have installed onto my 3DS. So that is my 2017 3DS game collection. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Here's a quick little peek at all of them on my floor after showing them all off. I need to go clean all these up. If you enjoyed this, give it a like, maybe subscribe, comment, let me know your thoughts. Tell me which 3DS games you have, what are your favorites, and I will see you guys next time.